So we will be discussing about one of our iconic product called VIBRODOP. It's a combination product having components and accessories for detecting ankle brachial index and also the biothesiometry. It's called VIBRODOP, vibration plus Doppler, VIBRODOP. So we are the original inventor of this product, and this product is working in India for quite few years. One of the time tested and rugged product. Okay. This is supplied in this bag. You will have the product name and then the serial number is encrypted in this particular label. Okay. Now I will show you what are all the accessories supplied with this device. Okay. You will have a manual, user manual, and there are few fuses. Okay, the fuse value, everything is written in the manual and also on this cover. This is one thing. And then monofilament. We supply 25 numbers of monofilament with this device, so that you can do monofilament, vibration and ABI, ankle brachial index, together. So the software which we supply helps you to capture all the data and then give it as a report. Okay. So monofilament is available, and then this is a vibration probe. You have a vibrated tip, so the tip will be kept on the sole of the patient, and patient has to identify the vibration. And while we testing, we should not push the probe onto the patient. We should gently touch the probe. Okay. And then we have a foot switch. This foot switch is connected to the device. Once the values are known, the waveforms are there, like any data we want to capture, by pressing this, it allows the data to move from the device to the computer. Okay. We give cuffs, 2 cuffs we give. Both of them can be used for arm and as well as ankle. So for ankle brachial index. So one side you can tie arm and then the ankle, and then after completing you can switch to the other side. Then you can measure the pressures for both limbs. And then we have few more small accessories. Okay, this is one of the important portion of this particular device. This is an 8 Megahertz Doppler transducer. Okay, this we are getting it from USA, and one of the best transducers across all the countries actually, and gives very reliable quality audio and also the waveforms. This is an important component. Kindly make sure that you use this carefully. It uses a paper-like piezoelectric crystal in the tip. So if the user drops it few times, then the crystal might break. So during warranty, this breakage of crystal is also not covered by the supplier. So it costs you a lot. So be careful. Please use it. We have a probe holder in the device. Always keep it inside when you are not using it. Okay. So this is one of the costliest. It is costing about 25,000 rupees. So you have to be very careful. Mains cable, 230 volt mains cable. By default, we give only 230 volt. In case if your country need a different volt like 110 volt, we can manufacture and supply the device with 110 volt. Okay. It does not have any built-in battery. It will work on mains only, 230 volt mains only. We have a hand switch. We already given a foot switch, but some users are, they feel comfortable when they use it with the hand instead of the foot. So we are also giving a hand switch. So both the switches are given. You can use both of them. And we also give a dial meter for measuring the blood pressure. We have the pump and then the dial. It is connected to the cuff, and then you can measure the ankle brachial index. You have a USB cable for connecting the device with the computer. The software will support Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. It will not support Mac or Android. Only Windows based laptop computers can be connected to the device. You have ultrasound. Jelly is connected because ultrasound will not pass through air when you keep it on the skin. It needs a coupling media. So this is nothing but a coupling media. It's a 0 pH ultrasound gel. Any gel which is used by ultrasound machines can be used. All are the same type. Usually this is called aqua gel also. It will be in a blue color, light blue color. Color doesn't matter as long as it is ultrasound. Please do not use ECG jelly because ECG gel has got a salt component for improving the conductivity when connected to the skin for picking up the ECG signal. So the salt component over a period of time it will erode the plastic tip of the probe. So please do not use ECG gel, only use ultrasound gel. And we have also have connector. This is a coiled cable. Okay, so this will expand when you use it. So one end will be connected to the 8 MHz transducer, the other end will be connected to the device because this will be near the head on the table or on the trolley, but you will be testing from brachial to the ankle or dorsal pedis. So you need to cover longer distance around 6 feet. So this will give a longer distance so that you can move it and then use it without any problem. We give 2 cables in case if both of them break. Normally it doesn't happen. You can buy any telephone cable because this what we use is a telephone cable, but only thing, make sure that you get a longer, lengthier cable. Okay, so you can also buy from us. You can also emergency you can buy it from the local market. And then the main device. So this device capable of doing ABI and also biothesiometry. Okay, now we have seen all the components, accessories. Let me open it and then show you the device, the controls, the accessories connected, and then how it can be connected to laptop or desktop. And then we'll also see how it is done on a patient for both ABI and also VPT. This is our VIBRODOP icon. When you double click it, you will enter into the software. This is our main screen of the software, which tests both ankle brachial index and the vibration perception loss, that is biothesiometry. You can see all the menus. On the top you can see new, old, reports, delete, application setting, exit, and user guide. User guide is the user manual in PDF. It is stored there. You can always read through the entire manual whenever you wanted to do. You don't have to search for the manual. Exit is to exit this software. After this, all these menus, only application setting you need to do once you install the software. After that, you don't have to do it often. So under this, you have instruction on off, interpretation on off, logo setting. Logo setting means actually you can create your own letterhead. For creating letterhead, you need to have the logo. So for that, we have the logo setting. Consultant is actually, if it is a small clinic, it's only one person who is going to be there. The owner could be the consultant. But however, in a corporate setup, there will be more than one consultant using this particular device. So you can add all their names so that it is easy to, you don't have to type every time the name and the specialization. Referral, there are few doctors who cannot afford the device or who are may not be requiring this device on a regular basis, but still, however, they would like to test their patients. So they may refer the patient to some of his friends or some hospitals. In case if they refer to you, and if you want their name to come on the print, then you can use this referral. Examiner is actually the technician who is doing the test. In most of the corporate hospitals, they would like to capture the examiner details so that uh, for accountability and also for information, they would like to have the technician name in this software. Header, the one with the hospital name and address. By default, usually you will have our name and address, but here actually for some demonstration I have changed it. If you see, our address is still there except the name of the concern. So the Royal Hospital, then address. You can have only 4 lines of address and do not populate with more lines. When you have more, then it will interfere with the patient reports and your patient reports will look like a junk actually. So please avoid more than 4 lines. The first line may be a little bigger, the hospital name, and you can see here you have uh, different font you can change, and you can also have different colors. So once you edit your hospital name and address, then you can save and exit. And if you want to see how the preview would look like, you can click it. You can see I already added the logo, so that's why the logo is there, and then the hospital. So you have a margin line. So above the margin, your report should come, where the hospital header should come. Otherwise, if you have more than 4 5 lines, then it will come below the margin line. It will interfere with the report. This is the one thing you have to take care. So once I done everything, then I don't have to do the setting again and again. So we'll say consultant. I have already added 2 consultants with their specialty. So consultant name I can add it like say, and then the specialization I can say consultant. Say, see now conversation is added actually. So I can exit. You can add any number of consultants here, and then referral. If you want, I can add. I don't have to type the doctor in all these things because already it is prefixed. It will automatically come in the report. We have to type in only the name of the person. It's already populated. Examiner, technician, already one name is there, and if you want, I can add. And here you can see show and hide. For some reason, if you do not want to have their name on the report, then you can say hide. Otherwise, default it will be showing their name also in the report. Okay, and then instruction on off. Uh, when you are first time you started studying the operations, you may not be knowing the flow of the software. So by default, instruction is on. So after you complete every action, you will be prompted, so that you will know what is to be done next. But after some time, once you become an expert, then it becomes a kind of maybe it slows down your operation. At that time, you can come here and then you can make it off. You can click it, it will become off. Interpretation. Okay, based on the rules, certain rule settings, we have some interpretations like normal arterial study, mild PAD, moderate PAD, like that. For the vibration, mild loss of vibration perception, moderate loss. So based on certain rules and settings, sometimes very few doctors they say they don't want the interpretation to come on the report. In such case, you have to make it off. In that case, the interpretation uh, location in the report will look blank. The device, the software will not interpret the result. Maybe you have to type in or you have to handwrite the interpretation.
Auto ID, by default it is on. Okay, so here actually I have made it off. The small clinic, they don't maintain unique ID for every patient. So what happened is the technician, they will keep using the same ID for multiple patients. So after a few weeks, whenever you do some search, uh, when you search with the ID, if you put the ID, you will have multiple names, and also the database also gets corrupted. So by default, we make the auto ID on, so that the device will generate, the software will generate its own ID. It will not allow the user to generate ID. So based on that, there will not be any um, mismatch in the ID. So the corruption of databases will not happen. However, if you maintain unique ID for every patient, then we recommend you to change the setting, uh, and switch off this automatic ID, so that you can enter your own IDs. Now I already made automatic ID on. Okay, so I don't have to switch it off. So interpretation rules. So these are the interpretation rules for the vibration perception. For the PAD, it is already fixed as per the task 2 guidelines. So it is not there. There is no recommendation for changing it. So that's why we're not given it. So if you want, you can change it anytime. So port, computer is one device, and the VIBRODOP is another device. We connect them using an USB cable connected through the USB ports. But still, we need to have a protocol accepted between the devices, so that the Doppler or the Biothesiometer can send some data which the computer can understand, capture it, and place it in the required location. So for that, we should enable the communication between the device and the laptop. So that is happening by USB port. So when you click this, now presently you will not see because I have not connected it. Otherwise, when you click it, here in the bottom you will see one or sometimes more than one ports indicating COM followed by some numerical COM1, COM2, COM3, like that. Even COM20 also sometimes happens. It will come. So we have to find the correct number and save it. If you don't use the computer for any other, connecting any other medical device, then you will have, usually will have one COM port only. So you can straight away connect it. Sometimes few hospitals, they also connect multiple devices like spirometers, ECG. So each device will have a COM port number created for that particular device. So in that cases, so you will have all the devices listed down, like COM1, COM3, COM8, something like that. So we do not know which one is needed for our product. So to easily identify, can remove our USB cable either from the device or from the computer. When you check, then the number will not come. You again connect it, and then when you are checking in this drop down, then you will see a new number. If COM5 is shown, and when you are removing it and COM5 is missing, that means COM5 is allotted to our device. So then you have to select that, and then you say save. So you have new old reports. Whenever a patient comes for the first time, you should always use new. If the same patient comes back after 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, then you should not use new, you should use old, because you have already created the database for the patient, so he is a old patient. So new for entering first time, subsequent visits you have to do it under old. Report is actually whenever patients come, has come without any reports, the pre-printed report, and you want to see the reports, then you can click report and then you can see. That we will see in the coming. I will be using the new, so I have to enter the patient details. since I have already selected the manual patient ID, since we have unique patient ID for every patient, so I am typing my own ID, and then I have to select the gender, age. So I have given only one consultant name because single user consultant. So automatically that name and specialization will come here. In case if I entered multiple doctor's name as a consultant, when I click it here, then all the names will be getting dropped down. I can select the required name. Automatically their specialization will also come. So the examiner, I'm selecting it. Now this is the basic screening method, and then you have VPT and ABI. Usually by default we will be selecting the VPT first, so I am selecting the VPT. So now it is establishing a connection. You would have just seen a communication error earlier, so that has gone out actually because it is connected. Suppose in case if the connection between the device and the laptop is not through, then the communication error will continue to show. Now you can see always the cursor on the right toe, you can see a black box. So that will happen. That will start it, and then as you test, it will travel the first metatarsal, third metatarsal, fifth metatarsal, instep here, and it will go to the other step. Here this side we have another foot, but nothing is there, all deselected. This is mainly used for deselecting some of the testing point. Let us assume the patient comes with a 4-foot amputation. So that means as my software will always go with gray toe. In case if there is a 4-foot amputation, then the software will hanging here. It will not allow you to jump to the instep. So to avoid that, so we have a sparse selection. Click that. Now this becomes active. So I deselect the points which I don't need. So since being a 4-foot amputation, I'll be missing all these 4 points. Then I say proceed. You can see now cursor will start working here. So when I record, so these areas it will not allow to capture the data, and it will show in the report as NR, not recorded. Then now the recording will start from here, complete, and then it will start and then complete the other ones. So let us assume the patient is with a 4-foot amputation. We will go ahead now with the rest of this actually.
6 points per foot. So we will usually start with the right foot because the software it is designed to start with the right foot. So right toe, first metatarsal, third metatarsal, fifth metatarsal, instep, heel, and on the left toe, first metatarsal, third metatarsal, fifth metatarsal, instep and heel. So 6 plus 6, 12 points. So now we will test it on the patient hand and make him aware. So normally I increase it to roughly around 20-25 so that the vibration will be a little stronger, and when we put it on the hand they can easily understand the pattern. So usually we touch it on the bony structure. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Do you feel it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now he feels it, he understands it clearly, so that we can test it on the foot. Now on the probe, if you see, we have 2 keys. One is check, one is record. Record is for transferring the data from the device to the computer. Check is actually to check whether the value what the patient says is correct or wrong. When I press check, the vibration at the tip is stopped. So when I ask the patient, he should say he is not feeling it. The moment I release it, he will be getting the vibration. He should say I am getting the vibration. If that is so, then what he is perceiving is correct. Even if I am stopping it, if the patient says I am feeling it, then probably it's the touch, not the vibration. Then we have to increase the voltage and see. whether they are getting it. Suppose even at 50 volt they are not getting, means that means they lost the vibration perception. Or we can again go back to the hand and we can show them the touch and the vibration and make them aware, and then we can restart the test. So actually it should be touched gently. When you are pressing hard, sometimes you are because of large force, the value can be attenuated, so you may get a wrong value, or sometimes because of continuous force on the tip, it might damage the parts inside. So always touch gently. So I'm touching it, I am slowly increasing it. So he will say at one point he will get the vibration. Do you feel the vibration?
Yes.
Okay, now I will be pressing the check key. Do you feel it?
No.
Now?
Yes.
So I press check. He said he is not feeling it. When I release, he is getting it. So the value is correct. Now we have already deselected though first, third, and fifth metatarsal head because we are assuming it's a 4-foot amputation. So we have to test only in instep and heel. And when you are testing, don't press the probe, just gently touch on the surface. So I am keeping it and then slowly increasing the vibration. Patient should tell when they are getting the vibration. Do you feel it? Yes. So he says he is feeling it. So I can press the check either here or on the probe. Now I am stopping the vibration. Do you feel the vibration? Now? So what they are perceiving is correct. So I say record. When I say record, get a beep sound plus the number 7 is recorded in the instep, and now we can see the cursor move to heel. So I will be testing the heel area. I will be starting from 0. So I will be slowly increasing it, and he will be telling whenever he gets the vibration. You feel it? Yes. So I refill it now. So I checked it. So it is not getting released. Value is correct. Record. So now it is completed. I'm moving to the left foot. I'm starting with the great toe, gently touching the great toe. I will reduce it. I'll come with 0. Refill it. Yes. So refill it now. Now, yes. So the correct value. Plus value. Refill it. Yes. Now. Now. Yes. Correct value. So, tarsal head. Refill it now. Yes. Now. No. Okay. Correct value. Then I will go to the fifth metatarsal. Yes. Recording it. Refill it now. Yes. Refill it now. Yes. Refill it now. No. I stopped it. Now I am releasing it. Refill it. Yes. Record it. So once I have done it, so automatically the average is there on the screen. You can see the average is 6 and 6. Then interpretation also comes automatically. If there is any remark I want me to type, then I can type it. I will just say this is demonstration. Like that, you can type in your comment, and then you can see print preview. When I click print preview, you can see the report. So you can see the hospital name, patient details, and then the biothesiometer values are there. You have the average, and then it says normal study because they are less than 15.
And if you see here, we have not recorded these portions because they are 4-foot amputation. Probably we even typed it in the remark. Instead of demonstration, we would have typed as a 4-foot amputation so that the other people will know why we are not recorded. So there is no values here. It says NR. NR means not recorded. So the other values are there. Okay. The averages are there, and then based on that, it gives you the interpretations. Okay. So here you will get the consultant name and the specialization, and the examiner technician name will come. So this is how it will get printed. You can say print, then it will print it on the paper. So now I have completed the biothesiometry. Now I can go for ABI study. Yes, then you can prompt. You can yes. Now it is connecting Doppler screen. See the line going in the bottom. That's the Doppler. Now it's ready for testing Doppler. We always start with brachial. By pressing the full switch, you can see the waveform now is on the top box. You are getting the waveform. Now we have to do the blood pressure measurement.
So once you are above systole, the sound stops. Slowly when it is deflating, we are getting the sound. And now we are keeping the probe at the posterior tibial. Now we are getting the very good sound.
After the posterior tibial has been identified, so now you are getting a very good sound, triphasic sound. You see on the software also you are getting the triphasic sound. So now I am pressing the remote switch. So automatically the waveform is written on the top now. It's ready for BP measurement.
Pressure. So we keep pumping it. At one point the sound stops. One ton was the brachial. So 112 is the right posterior tibial. So without changing the cups, we are now keeping the probe on the dorsalis pedis. Now we are getting a clear multiphasic sound.
We are keeping the probe in the dorsalis pedis. The triphasic sound is picked up. You see the software, it is very clear now. See the triphasic waveform. Now I am recording it on the top. You can see it is recorded. It is ready for blood pressure measurement.
Now I will be doing the blood pressure measurement. When it is above the systole, the sound stops. By slowly deflating it, we will find out 120. We are getting the pressure. So this is the left brachial.
Multiphasic sound. On the software also you can see now it is multiphasic. By recording it, see it is recorded on the top. Now it is ready for BP measurement.
BP is going measured. Sound stops now. You slowly deflate. Increase it again. Deflate again. Okay, it is 118. 118 is the brachial. So now we are in left posterior tibial. You can see the location. Okay, so you're getting a multiphasic sound. Now we are testing on the left posterior tibia. You can see you are getting a loud triphasic waveform. You can also see it is triphasic waveform. So now I record it. Getting recorded on the top. Ready for the BP measurement. So now inflating it. Sound stops. Increase it. Slowly we are deflating it. It is 124. So now you are getting a very good sound. Now we are checking on the last point. Left dorsalis fillet. Okay, you can see the gel. On top of that you have the flow. Getting nice triphasic sound. Change on the waveform. You can see it is nice triphasic waveform. Now you record it. It is getting recorded on the top. All the spots are recorded now. You can see it says recording completed. Enter BP values. So before entering the BP value, we need to measure the BP for the dorsalis pedis. Blood pressure. So above systole, sound stops. Slowly we are deflating it. It is 118. Systolic. Now we need to type in the values in the boxes here. Brachial is 122. Then left brachial is 120. Then posterior tibial is 126. The other side it is 130. Dorsalis pedis is actually 120. The other side was 138. So automatically the ABI has come 1.03 on the right side, 1.07 on the left side. Now it's ready. So you can see the preview. You can see the print preview. You can see the hospital name, patient details. You can see the waveforms, right side, left side brachial, and then posterior tibial, both dorsalis pedis. And then the bottom you have the tabular column with the ABI. And then the right side of that you have the task 2 guidelines. As per the task 2 guidelines, it says normal ABI report. You can print it by clicking the print screen, printer image. It will get printed on the paper. So we have completed the test. So now we go to the main screen. So we save all. So Doppler and VPT both saved. And now we have completed the complete Doppler and VPT recordings. So exit. Suppose in case if this patient comes again after 6 months, use hold, but you will be having many patient name, you cannot able to scroll. So
So you can use the search box, just type in 2 or 3 letters and then you search. All the name with starting with SURE will come. So it's easy to filter and then select the patient. It is asking for the ID because for the same patient you may have multiple, same name you will have multiple patients. So select the correct ID and then you can go to VPT screening. It goes then automatically go to the VPT screen. So you can start the test. After completing it, go to the ABI screen and then now it is connecting to the ABI screen. So after you completing, save and then can come back. Okay. So this is how we can do new patient and also old patient. In case if the patient is not bringing any report and you want to see the previous reports, use the report column and then here you will again display the multiple patients. You can select the particular patient and then it will ask for the ID. Click the ID. Okay. And then you can see here visits for Doppler 1 visit, VPT 1 visit. So whichever you want to select, you can select, okay, and then you can do a printout. You can do the preview. You can see it's giving the report and then you can print it. So like that you can also select Doppler and then you can preview and take a print. This is it. So we have completed. Now we will just exit.